All right. Women in wardrobe. I have written for Black Enterprise, Shadow and Act, and have worked with Steve Harvey on the Steve Harvey Talk Show. And that is what leads me to our guest today. So our guest today is Shelly Bradley, and she worked with me on the Steve Harvey Talk Show. So we are going to have her on. We're going to be speaking to her about her career and just so much more. So I'm so excited. I am so happy that people are coming in the room. Hey, Shelly. First of all, we got our guest here, and we have Carla here, and we have Shaquila here. All right, awesome. Shelly, I got your request, and we're going to invite you in a second. But I just wanted to give people a quick background on, why I started the series. So very much interested in the TV and film industry. And today is my mom's birthday. Happy birthday to Miss Wendy Hall. That is my inspiration. She has, styled me, basically from birth. She still, is my personal stylist, but she's had me, to have a love and affinity. Marry my love for clothes, my love for film and television with costuming. So I would definitely love to learn more about the field. So I'm so happy that Shelly agreed to come on with me today. And I hope to have, even more women in wardrobe, women in styling, here. But today, without further ado, I'm not going to make her wait any longer. I want to invite Shelly in the I said in the studio. Yes, Shelly from the Bradley studio into the studio. Let's go. Let us go. There she is. Hi, Shelly.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on with me.
Of course, it's been a long day, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yes. I know we've been trying to catch up. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I was like, let me just ask her if she can do it live and let's go from there. So, all right, cool. Well, I just want to read a little bit about you, and then I'm gonna ask you about yourself.
Okay.
No. So first I'm going to talk about the Bradley Studio. So the Bradley Studio is an Los Angeles-based online and in-person styling company, interior decorating, event planning, and a rental showroom for the entertainment industry, which I love, and I'll definitely let you talk more about that. But let's talk about Shelly Bradley, the Shelly Bradley. Born and raised in Gary, Indiana. I had to give them a shout out. I'm from Gary, Indiana. So, shout out to GI.
Yes, you know it.
Yes. So, and some of these names, and I was like, I don't know if I want to say all the names because some of them I might get wrong. But you started your fashion career styling on shoots for Elle Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Viva. Oh, Elle magazine in Russia.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm like W. Okay. Viva magazine. San Manuel Casino.
Mm-hmm.
Stella Artois.
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to get my French. Spiritual gangsta. I love them. And Pinterest, to name a few. And then it says you work as a wardrobe stylist on commercials and promo shoots.
Right.
And you've also worked in the TV and film industry, and your work includes the TD Jakes Talk Show, Steve Harvey Talk Show, Where We Met, Mixed Dish Season 1, Dear White People Season 4, A Black Lady Sketch Show Seasons 2 and 3, Grownish Season 4, Calling the Roll, 20s Season 2, Reasonable Doubt Season 1, which is firing up. I hear just so much about it. And White Men Can't Jump as a costumer. So her expertise includes fashion design, custom, interior decorating, and event planning. So everybody, please give a warm welcome to Miss Shelly Bradley.
Oh.
I can hear the cheers. I love it. Okay, so Shelly, first of all, thank you for coming on.
Of course.
Yes. And dope. Shine, sis. Yes, Carla. Yes, so like I said, me and Shelly worked at Steve TV together, worked on these Burlington shoots.
I forgot about the Burlington shoots until you said it today. I was like, wow, we did do Burlington Fashion. It
Yeah.
was, feels like so long ago.
Right, right. Ugh, yep, yep. Because the pandemic makes it feels like longer ago too. So it's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But we did a lot. We did a lot. But yeah, man, y'all were in the trenches.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so okay, so let's start from the beginning. You know what I mean? Growing up in Gary, Indiana, what started your love for, or your passion for fashion or the fashion industry?
I have to say I was born with it as
Mm.
from as the from when I can think. As a little kid, I liked dressing my Barbie dolls. I cut up old socks and made dresses out of my Barbie dolls. So it's been in me forever, and fashion just makes me happy. Anything that does with fashion, styling, decorating, whatever it is, I love it. And it's funny because people, it sounds so cliche, and people say when it doesn't feel like work, that's what you're supposed to do. And that's very true because I will stay up for hours as tired as I am, but I love playing with clothes and feeling the textures and putting outfits together. And I will stay up forever just to do that because it's fun to me. I enjoy it. So, little girl, that's
Wow,
where it
wow,
started. GI, that's where it all started.
wow! I love it. I love it. Which high school did you go to?
Like you gonna know.
I mean, I just know my cousins went to Westchester, so it's like, they have a
West,
whole. I
you
mean,
mean West
West
Side?
Side, West Side, West Side, West Side. I said Westchester, but yeah, West Side. So they rep like West Side. They still do their reunions, and so I'm just like, oh, if she went to West Side, at least I know that, and then
No,
I know.
that's like the only school that's still open. I went to Horseman, and
Okay,
I
yep,
think that might
like
be the only high school still open.
okay, yes, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I know that little, not a lot. I just know like where my family went, so and they're still there. So So yeah, okay, okay. Okay, so then, okay, so you went to Horace Mann, and then where'd you go? Then where did you study, and did you move after that? And when did you move out of Gary?
I left Gary in '96 after I graduated from high school. You're making me tell my age. Um, I to North Carolina. I went to an HBCU. I
Oh,
went to St. Augustine's is university now, actually in Raleigh, North Carolina. Went
yep.
there for years, marketing degree, and then I went back home for 3 years, I think. And then I came here to California right after that in 2004, I think it was. So I've been here 18 years.
Oh wow, awesome. Okay, okay. Well, yeah, no, well, I have another platform, platforms, but called HBCU Prime, and it just talks about like how HBCUs, or how your HBCU kind of prepared you for the world. So, can you just speak a little bit, just about your time at St. Augustine, and how it kind of prepared you, to go to where you are today, basically. Anything?
I think it was just specific teachers, and one teacher in particular, his name was Dr. Godfrey, and everybody loved him. He was a business teacher of mine, and I think he just set the tone. It was about the classroom and the business aspect of it, but I also felt like he gave you like, it's life, and life is can be rough, but I felt like he set the tone for what the world would look like in a sense. You know what I mean? And just being around my people, it was great. Like I feel like people don't think HBCUs are great schools, but I would have it no other way. I had a great time the 4 years I was there, and did we party? We did. Now, I can't say I actually partied a whole lot. It just wasn't me, but I partied enough, and I had a great time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was a balance of partying and getting the school done, and just that's it. I just think overall that school prepared me for just life in general, in a sense, I'll say, because nothing can really prepare you for what this life really is. You know what I mean? But in a sense, it prepared me for this, and that specific teacher, I loved. He was great.
I love that. I always love that. So how did you choose that school too? Because you figure, okay, Gary is up here, you know what I mean, Midwest, and then you went to the South. Like, how did you choose your HBCU as well?
I wanted to go as far away from Gary as I possibly could.
That's right.
That's bad to say. Gary made me who I was. Don't get me wrong. I love it to this day. But there was a teacher actually at my school that went to St. Aug, and he referred me to that.
Okay.
So, and then I went on a college tour um, to go see the school. And that's how I went. And I was like, okay, I'm coming. I didn't have to visit too many schools. It's like, all right, it's far enough away. It's a couple hour plane ride. That's where I'm going.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, boom. So, okay, you went there, graduated. Congratulations. You came back to Gary for 3 years. So, what was that time like? And did you know when you came back that you wanted to go to LA? Like, how was that 3 years before you transitioned?
It was actually 4 years when I think about it. I graduated in 2000.
Okay.
And at that time, I had a boyfriend that was a year behind me in college. So I was definitely waiting on him to come home. I went to fashion school when
Oh,
I came back, actually in Chicago, but I
oh,
never finished. But the time I was there, went to LA, came here for like a program with the school. It was a 6-week program, and I was actually on CBS lot in Studio City,
nice. Okay.
and they what's the name the D.L. Hewley show was there,
Oh,
and what's the other guy who passed away? Bernie Mac, the Bernie Mac show.
oh, yes. Yes. Okay. Yep. Yep.
Both of those shows are on there at the time,
Oh,
and
cool.
got to go meet them, see what a set was like. It was great. We had a great time, and they talk about the difference between styling, costuming on TV and film. And I honestly fell in love with it because I actually wanted to go. I was 3 places. I said Florida, New York, and California. And one
Okay.
year I was done. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come back here. And so I went back home. My he became my fiance, and he came back and he went to law school, and then for 3 years, and then 2004 we came here together. October 2004. It was just 18 years last month.
Oh, wow. Okay. Congrats on 18 years. I mean, being a,
Years. Broke. It's the same story as everybody else. Broke. I came here probably with $1,000 in my pocket. Him maybe a couple.
wow.
But I had a job. I was moving here, transferring my job with Davis Bridal at the time. I was a manager.
Right.
Wow. In Redlands. It was way out in Redlands. That was where we were the first time. It was a long history, a long journey.
I love it. But, I mean, it's so inspiring. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We have to hear that because, it's somebody that's going to be watching this that's thinking about moving, you know what I mean? And they might be coming from Gary. So, hey,
Exactly.
hey,
Just do it. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You're not gonna be rich. You're gonna be broke. Do it anyway. If you really want it bad enough, you'll come and you'll stay through it. Cause it didn't happen for me right away at all. I'll say maybe, oof, it may have been a good 5 years before I really got into even some free jobs.
mm,
It didn't really happen right away, but you got to grind and to get it. To
yeah.
want it.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. I love that. So, okay, so you get to LA with your fiance.
Hmm.
And so then you're working at David's Bridal. So what was that journey to getting to the free part? And yep, Carla, do it anyway.
Um,
To get like where did you go from David's Bridal, you know what I mean, to your first, like, let's say, like, major gig or like paid. I guess when did you get to like your how did you get to your first paid, like, kind of costuming or wardrobe gig?
Oh, I think that was 10 years later, to be honest with you, but I'll tell you the journey. So,
Okay.
Redlands, he ended up getting a job in LA, which we wanted. We wanted to be in LA.
Okay.
Um, we moved 2006, and then I got a marketing job. That's what, remember, that's my degree is in business marketing at
Okay.
um, American Girl at the Grove at the time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, marketing and special events. Worked there for 5 years. While I was there, I actually went to FITM. I didn't finish FITM either. That was just, I guess I was just supposed to be just taking some classes just to feel I was supposed to be doing something in fashion, get some kind of uh, study under my belt for that. I didn't need it. But it was great. It was great.
Okay.
Uh, I, what happened? I got laid off at American Girl
Mm,
2011. So from 2006 to 2011, that's that 5 year span. I really hadn't delved into the fashion industry just yet. I was just going to school, and I don't think I'd interned just yet.
okay.
Um, but somewhere within those 5 years, I did. I'm sorry, I did. I can't talk. I did free work with a girl. She was a stylist. So that was
Okay.
2010, actually.
Okay.
We would do, I think, we did a commercial or something like that. I was doing the free work, and then I would get on uh, Craigslist. And Craigslist, I don't know how Craigslist really is now because Craigslist is probably not the way to go now. But I found a lot of good gigs on there that
Okay.
were.
Good.
But I think even the El Russia job I got was from there. But doing those free gigs, and by 2014 is when I got my first paid gig because doing those free gigs
Mm,
I did for short films. Somebody remembered me and referred me to a woman, and
mm,
that's my first paid gig on a TV show on a Comedy Central. I was a
wow.
P. I was a PA. So from 2004 to 2014 was when my first real gig. Not
Wow.
saying it has to take that long, but it took me a minute to get there. And I wasn't totally consistent either
Okay.
because I had the family life. I got married, had a baby, all that stuff. And then
Okay.
I got a divorce. And then that's when my real life started, if I can be honest. That's when it
Okay.
all, like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This was
Mm,
a blessing. It was a blessing for me.
mm.
All that I thought I wanted was a distraction and it fell apart. But then it actually fell the way it was supposed to because this is what I came here to do. And everything just started moving from there.
Wow. Wow.
I was
Okay.
broke. I was broke though. Oh my God. When I got laid off from American Girl and doing these free gigs on unemployment,
Mm,
girl.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the journey. That's the, so you keep it. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you had to overcome that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you had your son. That's your son. You have one son, right?
I have one son. He's 14 now.
Yeah, he's 14 now. Wow. Okay, so he's along with you, in this journey.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So you got your first not first paid gig. Okay, Comedy Central, on a show on Comedy Central in 2014. Okay, and then from there, did you just start to go full time there, or did you still have to work? Like,
I worked a job. I actually worked for Godiva,
mhm,
as a business coordinator where I could make my own schedule.
oh,
So
good.
still like it was pennies, but I was able to do it, do it on my time so I can take more gigs. You're working I actually back up. I actually left a full-time job in retail,
Mm,
a candle and scent company, because I was like, I can't do these four walls anymore. This is not what I want to do. I
mm,
gotta step out on faith. And I literally stepped out on faith. I still had the Godiva job. It was part-time, so really pennies.
mm.
And I left. And as soon as I left that full-time job, that's when I got a call for the Comedy Central job.
Wow. Look at
Maybe
that.
a week or two left, it all fell into place.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, so I was working at Godiva, part time still, like I said, and trying to find the next gig. I worked on TD Jakes that following year,
Okay.
and then I feel like after that was Steve Harvey, which was 2018.
Okay. Okay. That's the first time. Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it
I
was it was um
Yes, he came to LA in 2018, right? Because he was there 2 years. Yep.
yep. So I
Yep. From Chicago.
14, 15, and then it was 3 years before I got another gig. Was it really that long? I think that's right. They just weren't consistent for me.
Hmm.
I got on Steve Harvey is when I got my hours to get in the union.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so you got in the union after Steve Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well,
working. Yeah. Okay. So that's how. So how did you meet Pam? Because you and
I
Pam you met that, right?
a TD Jakes show.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I'm trying
Okay.
to figure out when TD Jakes show was. I don't think it was that big of a gap. That must have been 2016 or 2017.
Hmm.
And Pam brought me on to work with Steve Harvey. I think that next year, somewhere in there, however it worked out, and she was help me up.
Okay. Wow. I love it. And yes,
Comedy Central show. That's where I met her. My first gig as a PA. That's where I met Pam. And
Wow.
she told me she would bring me on to the next gig, and that was the TD Jakes.
Oh, okay. Okay. So she brought you with you to T Jakes too.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow, I love it. A real one, a real one. And Carla said, I can't do these four walls anymore. I know, right? I felt that in my heart too. I felt it in my heart too, Carla. Oh. Okay, and if y'all have any questions, y'all feel free to put them in the chat. We'll take questions later. If y'all have some, I can put them in. But yeah, okay, no, that's awesome. Okay, so then okay, boom. So then 2018, you're basically I know that had to be full time, right? With Steve Harvey show.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
left good night, but I was like, I can't do both. And I took jumping out on faith again because it's like, remember Steve Harvey was like, that was their last season. I was like, oh my God, like, why does this keep happening? So I was like, I'm still leaving that job. It's fine. I'll figure something out. And girl, I've been going since. It
Yeah.
has not.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I thought you have been like doing like all these shows and things like that. I didn't even know like that was like really like when it's like okay, boom, boom, moving. Okay, so yeah, we were both on the last season, of Steve Harvey. And then so where did you go from there? So I guess wait, the season we left in 2019, right? 2018 to 2019. So
Yeah.
we left 2019 or the last show was May of 2019. And then where did you go from there?
I had no idea what I was going to do, but the late Comedy Central show, she had me doing commercials that entire summer,
Okay, that's good.
back to back to back to back. And then from there, I ended up through, that was 2019, through a mutual friend who's in sound. He
Oh,
actually was a costume designer and was like, I'm gonna forward your information. I was like, okay. And at the time, I only had union hours to be in TV. What is it called? Live television. It's two different unions. It's kind of weird, but I can
mm,
only television.
now you're saying just for those who because I'm also kind of learning like because I know sometimes it's different for like wardrobe and costuming is different too, right? So which union were you in?
No, it's only one union, costumes union,
Okay,
which well, there's 705, which is costumers and set costumers
yeah.
and shop. But then there's 892, which is costume designers.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it,
Seven,
got it. Okay, you say you're in costumers.
I'm in costumers.
Okay,
705.
705. Okay, but you're saying that live TV is different from like scripted.
Yeah, so I was in live. I got my hours through Steve Harvey, which is live television. So stuff like that or game shows, I can only do those kind of shows. So I
Oh,
can film. The only way I can do it if there was a designer or supervisor that can get me a what do you call a permit to be able to work on set, and they have to go to producers to get that. And she didn't even know me, and she got me a permit to work on a TV show. I got my up next 30 days, and I was set. So
wow.
that's what that later on in that year, 2019, and then it was show after show after show from there.
Wow. Okay. I love that. Wait, so okay, because this is kind of like a tip. So if and something to know. So if you don't have if you're not in the if you don't have like scripted, I don't know if they call it this, but if you don't have like scripted hours, then you can't work on a scripted show technically.
No,
Right.
unless someone gives you a permit to work on there. Technically, no, you're not supposed to.
Right. And then so is the only way that you can earn hours is by well I guess if you're like can you earn hours on an independent project or it has to like the only way that you can earn hours is by getting like a permit on a scripted show, you know what I mean? Like how would people
It's
earn?
it's hard to explain. It's so catch 22. Um,
Yeah.
you can on the independent as long as it's union, or if it's not union and it flips to union, then yes, you can get your hours that way too.
Okay, but usually people just have to get in on a permit so that they can earn the hours for 30 days and then they can work on scripted shows. It's not always.
Well, no, because you don't have to get live television first. That's just the way I got in. You can go straight to TV and film, like somebody like let's say a designer can get you to work on a show. You can get your 30 days and be done. You can work in anything, TV and film. But I had to get an extra 30 days because I only had days for
Right.
live television. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But somebody that is like, well, you probably would have to, you would want to, at least they would probably want to, like, work on set in general, like, just to get an idea of it. And they have to be trusted by someone too, right?
mhm.
To
Yeah,
be on set. So
yeah,
you get some time in. Because I'm thinking if somebody is like, hey, I don't have any, experience, but I want to get into costuming. You know what I mean? Like, what can they do? But I think that they start out as a PA, right?
yeah. But then even the yeah, they don't allow you to be on set. Hope they're changing. I kind of feel like they were changing it, where they'll let you do it. But as a PA, really, you're pushing paper. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Supposed
Right.
to be. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Um, but that's not helping you to learn anything. So when you get like being on set for Steve Harvey, when I had to be, it's way different from TV and film. So when I went to my next show after to Steve Harvey, I was a little bit lost because I didn't know what to do. It was different, and luckily I had somebody to teach me, and I learned it like that because it's I don't want to say it's easy, but it is easy. It's common sense, but it's totally different. And
Mm,
the styling world is totally different from costumes. So yeah, but
yeah.
you got to get a trusted source that would trust you and want to help you to get your days for the union. And because your reputation is everything. And this woman didn't know me, but she knew the guy that was in another department, and she trusted him.
Mm,
So
mm,
yeah,
yeah.
name
You're right.
precedes
What'd you say?
your name precedes you. So have a good reputation because it's a small industry. You think it's big, it's not that big.
Mm. Okay, okay. I love that. All right, so keep a good name, your name procedure. Yeah,
Oh,
Carla.
who is the Carla? You said
Yeah,
Carla. Thank you,
she
Carla.
yes, yes, yes. No, yeah. I mean, yes, I appreciate it too. Having advocates and a good reputation is the theme. Yeah, yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was it? I mean, so then you worked on, your TV shows. You said mixed dish, you did grown dish, you did, so now White Men Can't Jump. Now you're going into film because
hmm
you went from the TV shows and now you're doing films.
I've done about two or
Oh, you've
three.
done film.
I don't do a
Okay.
lot. I've done about two or three films.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
you're not new to true to this. You're not
Uh,
new to this. True to this. No, I love it. Okay, okay. And then reasonable doubt. So what has I mean, I said I would take 30 minutes of your time, but I know I'm like kind of going over. But just I just wanna like just ask a couple more questions. And like I said, if anybody watching has any questions, please put them in the chat. But kind of like coming in the closeout. I want to ask this because I know, like I said, people are going to be like, they're going to want advice. What is like, just a piece of advice for somebody that specifically, because I know you do styling and everything. We didn't even really kind of get into that, but
yeah.
what is your advice for somebody that wants to, they say, oh, I want to style for grownish, like what is even like the first, second, or third step,
Well, styling or costuming?
costuming.
Okay. Um, Honestly, the first step, like my first step, she said, "What's the difference between a stylist and a costumer?" Do you want me to answer that real quick? You want me to come back to it?
Um,
I can come back to
you,
it.
you can answer that real quick because then maybe that'll help people to know
Right.
about. Yeah.
Okay. So being a stylist is dressing people for, I do a lot of red carpets, for events, things like that. So it's dressing them up, right? Costumes is you're dressing a character. So like when you read a script, they're saying this person does this person does that, or whatever. Like you're creating a character. So it's not necessarily they have a for real costume on, but that character wears specific things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You stylist, you're dressing real people. As a costumer, it's not. It's a character. That's
Mhm.
the big difference of it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that for people. Yeah, that's why I love costuming. I'm like, I love to like dress the character. Like it's like because you have to
Right.
think, hey, like what would this character,
And it
Okay.
can be period, obviously. Like if it's a period show, the 70s, that's a costume. You'll be dressing them according to their character. Now that's just the time period, it's the 70s, but you still got to give them a specific look. What is their look? And in that script is going to break it down for you what they should look like. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, styling is just it's regular people. You're styling them for what they like and for everyday life.
Right, right, right. So yeah, so I know you said that your first step was different, and probably, I mean, probably everybody, what I mean, first step would be different, but I guess then what's your like kind of overall advice, for getting into costuming, if there can be.
Overall advice, honestly, is just to keep going because it's not easy. And I don't want to say it's hard. I really hate that word, but it's not the easiest thing to get into this world. It's just not. So just keep going. You can do it. Why can't you? Keep going. Some people can take 2 years to get in, some can take five, some can take 10. Your timing is your timing, but just keep at it. Um, and I would say get on these sites like I said, Craigslist. I don't know, Craigslist still might be a thing. That's how I got started by finding these free. Actually, that was my first movie. I did a
Mm,
movie, I think in 2014, um, with I can't think of his name right now, but I found it on Craigslist and it was a legit movie.
mm,
Um, so check those sites out, like the job sites, even Indeed. Like Indeed has stuff more so styling stuff, but check out the job sites and see what's out there and get to know people. Networking is key. You got to get out there, but it as cliche again as it sounds, just keep going and just and meet people. That's how I had to do it. Like no one, I can't say anyone gave me anything. I had to search. I got online,
mm,
search for stuff. I got out there. Um, and then be willing to do the free work. And how I started with styling too, a girl that I had met through a mutual friend, we became friends on Facebook, and I saw her say that she needed somebody to assist her as a stylist for this shoot that was coming up, and I was like, hey, I wanna style. I'm gonna be a stylist one day. I'll work for you, and I had to do it for free, but that started me understanding what it looked like, and it was again through someone that I knew. So it's all about that networking and talk to people. You can't be afraid to talk to people. You never know who you are talking to. So don't treat nobody crappy. I don't care if it's a janitor. A janitor's wife might be a stylist. You don't know.
you don't know.
Treat them all the same.
You
You just
really don't.
you don't.
Yes, be a good person, people. Be a good person.
Thank you, Carl.
Um,
But yeah, I
yeah.
and my entire life fell apart. It really did. Like we can be on here for hours. It fell apart, but that
Mm,
is made me push more to go for what I wanted because that's what I
mm,
was supposed to have. That life that I had wasn't mine, so
mm.
it fell apart to give me exactly what I was supposed to have. So in those darkest hours, it's not dark. God is just saying, nope, that's not what I have, sis. You asked me for it. I gave it to you. Now I'm about to let it fall apart so you can have what you're supposed to have. And my life has been better for it ever since. And like I said, I got married. I got a divorce, and we're better for it. Me and him are still cool. I mean, me and my son's dad, we're fine. But that's what I had to go through for my journey. My
Mm.
journey. It seems dark at first, but it's not. If I can give anybody that advice, because when you're on the other side, you don't know that it's going to be a better day. You don't. But please know that it is. It's definitely going to be a much better day. Much better day. But you got to keep going. You can't quit in the midst of the storm. And people want to quit the storm because they're scared, and it just looks scary, and it just looks like nothing's going to ever happen. Don't do it.
Mm.
Don't do it. It's on the other side. You just got to get there.
I love it.
I'll go
I
off.
thank Oh, thank you for offering that encourage. Yes, Shawnette, she talked about how she got a divorce and her life fell apart, but I mean,
It felt
she turned the triumph. That's how people, you know what I mean. I feel like that's how people could become successful. They learn how to take those those dark moments and just turn them into what I mean, and to push them to go even further. So. Ooh, don't quit in the midst of the song. Get to the other side. I know we could be here all night, but but I wanted to just I just wanted to bring you on real quick, And of course, I didn't know how much, you had. I mean, of course, I never know, you know what I mean? But I do appreciate your time. I do hope that we can speak more, speak again. We might have to even do a part two. I don't know.
I was just getting started.
Yes. No, yeah, man. Yeah, no, we'll have to, bring this back, part two or something like that. But
Yeah.
no, I appreciate you. Do you have any like parting words that you want to say, to the people? I don't know how much time you have, but I just want to. Yes, sure. Now I'm saving the live, but yes, Shelly, anything you want to, people out there?
Well, if you want to find me, my handle is the Bradley Studio, and you'll see my website as well as thebradleystudio.com. But again, my final words are you just in the midst of the storms, keep going because that's where life begins. I've been through it and I know that now. That's where life began for me was in the midst of the storms. And no one could tell me that being in it. It just looked dark to me. But if I can tell you that one thing, you have to keep going because that's where you're going to get to the other side and that's where you're going to win. So
Mm.
keep it moving.
Keep it moving, y'all. Keep it moving. Y'all heard it from the brown girl who is calling her Shelly Bradley. Y'all please put some claps in the chat. You know what I mean? Shelly from GI.
I miss you. It's been too long. I appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, no, of course. Thank you, man. You helped me to launch this series, man. I really want to still, learn more about the industry. So, you know what I mean? So yeah, no, I appreciate you. I'm rooting for you. Wish you much more success. Keep going in all of your areas. I love following your journey now, down. I mean, I was following on Facebook, but I'm like, oh, let me, see IG. So yes, I'm gonna continue to follow and support her. And of course, if let the community know, we're gonna follow you, but let us know any other way that we can support you. You know.
Um, just go follow me if you like. You can go follow me. I do have a showroom, like you said, a rental showroom. Just I don't just be good to people. That's how you can help me. Is just be good to people. I don't ask for much at all. Just be nice to people. And if they
Uh,
ha- actually if they have questions, they can inbox me. I'll be happy to ask any questions for people who are interested in this industry because you have to give back. For me, it's not what they can do to help me; it's what I can do to help them because it's not the easiest industry to get in, and people can be mean, and I'm just not that person, and I'll never be that person. And if I am, I need somebody to check me because it's not this. It's
thank you, thank you. You've
like
always been nice to me, so I always appreciate it. And y'all be like, you look nice. I'll be like, y'all telling me I look nice. I was always like so honored, but yeah.
whatever I can give back to them, that's what I want. I don't need anything from anybody but to give to them. So if they have questions, you can feel free to inbox me. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you again for coming. Everybody who's watching this replay, man, I thank y'all for joining me on this series, and we're gonna see you on the next episode. Shelly, thank you.
I appreciate you.
All right, have a good night.
Bye, you too.
Thank you.